Welcome to The Rundown. I'm Jordan Cohen. It's great to be back on campus for a new semester. You may have noticed that Rider is getting a brand new look. Many buildings around campus are being renovated, and Maria Kamey has the story.
Rider University is currently undergoing one of its greatest makeovers. Since the beginning of summer break, construction on campus has been ongoing. Major buildings like the Bart Ludicky Center and Swigert Hall have been completely redesigned. The BLC, that once sported concrete steps leading to the second floor, has taken on a new exterior. Gone are the concrete steps, and now the BLC presents a metal overhang above the entry doors and a glass railing attached to the second floor. Swaggart Hall has also seen some changes. Students and faculty have seen upgrades such as new classroom designs, new bathrooms, and incorporation of new technology. There will also be an improved lobby area for students to lounge in, as well as an expanded dining area with an outdoor patio. We went around to ask students what they thought of the renovations.
I guess it should help us in some ways. I guess they want us to have a better environment.
I think it's cool that they're actually trying to add new advancements and everything. So I don't really have too much of a problem with it.
Time management is essential. The recent construction at Rider University put a constraint on my time as it increased my commute to get to class. The inconvenience, though, is very minor in comparison to the attractiveness that the construction brings among the campus. And I think that it will contribute to the influx of students attending Rider as the campus grounds appear more modern and high-tech.
The renovations are thought to go on through the fall semester. For the Rundown, I'm Maria Kamey.
The new additions will make life at Rider more enjoyable, and we can't wait to see how the final results impact the Rider community. Rider has partnered with Lyft to introduce a new safety program for students called Safe Rides. Students in need of a ride within 10 miles of the school can receive a promo code and will be credited $20 from Public Safety. Michael Savard, the program's manager of Transportation and International Auxiliary Programs, explains more.
Michael Savard is in charge of organizing different transportation programs here at Rider. The newest addition is Safe Rides.
So we realized there was kind of a void where we had a Safe Rides program, but that partnership had fizzled out. We kind of started exploring the rideshare services, and Lyft really offered the most flexibility to customize a program and make it geared toward what we want to accomplish with Safe Rides.
Every student is eligible for 2 Safe Rides per semester. Safe Rides runs every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Savard explains more on the parameters of the program.
They are only for returning to campus from anywhere within 10 miles of campus. And we did check that 10 miles covered all of the usual spots for Rider students to go and all the transit centers in the area and around the Princeton campus as well, because this covers both of our campuses. The only limits is that we're asking you to come back to campus. We do ask you to check in with Public Safety when you arrive just to know that you're home safely.
Some Rider students share their thoughts and impressions on the program.
Initially, it sounded like a really good idea, but because there are only 2 rides per person and it's only within a 10-mile radius, and you can't even get a ride to the place, it's only from the places, it seems unfair and very restrictive.
Being an incoming freshman, I'm very appreciative of the fact that our school is taking the time to provide safe rides for students to return back to campus in dangerous situations, or even just if they are stuck at a train station and have no way of getting back, that they provide a free, secure way of coming back.
Now we sit down with a student who just recently used the Safe Ride program. These are her thoughts.
So every now and then I go home on the weekends because our train ride is only 20 minutes. So sometimes I'll come back super late, and just a couple of weeks ago I had to come back to campus, but it was very late when I needed to come back. And I didn't have a ride back, none of my friends were awake, or they were out, or they weren't around. So I actually used Safe Rides to take it back to campus. My experience was really good. It made me feel very secure and safe, as the name implies.
To sign up for the program, students can go to rider.edu/saferides and click on the link to sign the waiver. Doing this and downloading the Lyft app ahead of time helps you have no delay when calling for a safe ride.
To sign up for more information, students can visit rider.edu/saferides. Rider University held its career fair in the SRC on Thursday, September 27th. Jalissa Melvern was there to cover the fair.
Rider University is having its career fair for all students who want to come out and attend to see all the different recruiters. The purpose of the fair is so students can have job opportunities lined up upon graduation and get a feel of where they would like to work in the future. Employers from all fields will be joining. Here to Rider's Career Fair.
I am here on behalf of the Hopewell Valley YMCA. We are hiring for our youth sports and our child care program. And we're looking for, local students, people in the area that can get back to the community and create a positive impact on the youth. So hopefully you guys came up with positive role models. We want to bring that back to the Y and have the kids become future Rider alumni just like you.
Just looking for new opportunities, possible employment, always keeping my options open. I saw there were some good companies here, so I decided to come out and see what they were talking about.
What brings you to the career fair?
I heard about it from people, and I'm very interested in having the opportunity to join their jobs in my future and co-ops and internships.
I'm just looking forward to finding internship opportunities and job opportunities.
This is Jalissa Malvern reporting from the Rider University Network.
For more information about future career fairs, visit Rider's website and click on the Events tab. Or you can contact Laura Nicolosi with additional questions. As a college student, it often feels like there's nothing more important than food. This semester, Rider underwent a big change in their catering services. With a chance to delve deeper into some of the new and exciting things, here's this week's edition of Rider Eats.
Daly's Dining Hall. You swipe in, get offered a buffet, and head right back to class. Daly's has always offered a variety of food, but not everybody's always been fond of it.
Heard their food was terrible, yes.
Not great. Wasn't a fan.
So then how did Daly's go from this to this? The answer? Gourmet dining. With a new year came a new food company, as Aramark, our original food company's contract, expired. And once that expired, Gourmet Dining stepped in. And for the students, the impact has been hard to miss.
Daly's now is really good. I'm really happy we have gourmet dining. It's very different. There's different stations, and there's just a bigger variety for me to choose from.
Along with a new food company, there is a new app called Get, in which you can order food ahead of time in order to beat that midday rush or grab food quickly right before night class. Along with the application, Gourmet Dining has 2 new incoming sections for students. One section, replacing the original burger cooking station, will even teach students how to cook. With new dining services and a whole number of new ways to eat, there is certainly a lot to look forward to. Here for the biggest scoop on Rider's new food, this has been this week's edition of Rider Eats. Back to you.
For more information, you could download the Gourmet Dining app or visit them online at gourmetdining.com. And of course, don't forget to stay hungry for next week's edition of Rider Eats. That's all the news we have for this week. Now it's time for the entertainment beat. Here's Janet Little with more.
Thanks, Jordan. It's October, and that can only mean one thing. Scream Screen. Here's Eric Weinstein with how this year's Scream Screen is shaping up.
1077 The Bronx puts on our newest campus tradition, Scream Screen.
One of the things the Bronx does really well is market our events, and we are using everything in our power to market Scream Screen 3 to the entire Rider community. And we are doing that through the power of radio on 1077 The Bronx and 1077thebronx.com. We are doing that through print with banners and posters and phone boards all around campus, as well as email blasts to the entire campus community and on Bronx Nation. So it is hard to go anywhere on Rider and not know that Scream Screen 3 is happening on October 19th, starting at 6 p.m.
Because of the advertisement that has been generated because of this event, it's definitely going to be a bigger turnout than previous years, as well as the new and upcoming events that are going to be added, like the cornhole and the mini golf, as well as laser tag, will definitely generate a bigger crowd.
Thank you, John and Madeline. Scream Screen is shaping up to be a great event once again.
Sounds like the Bronx is almost ready for the big event on October 19th. You'll have to wait for Scream Screen to find out what movie was selected by students to be screened in the BLC parking lot. Speaking of the Bronx, one freshman came in over the summer to start taking advantage of the endless opportunities at the radio station. Robert Negowesco has the story.
There are endless opportunities at 107.7 The Bronx, and one freshman in particular, Tiffany Britton, has taken full advantage of these opportunities.
I'm currently the producer of CCS Spotlight, which is a weekly show. Each week I get ready, I interview somebody.
I asked Tiffany how she got so involved in the station even though it's her first year here.
So actually in the summer, after one of my freshman orientations, I came here to the station afterwards because I had a lot of time, and I was like, oh, I might as well figure out what the Bronx is all about. And that's how I kind of got my start here. I met Eric, I met Lewis, and from there I just kept in contact in order to get training done and everything. And then I met John on like maybe my third time coming here, and he was like, hey, are you interested in this thing I'm producing?
Tiffany was interested, and she already had a pretty solid background in radio coming into college.
So in my senior year, I worked with KYW News Radio, and with that, I've just had the inspiration to like keep working with radio, keep working with TV. My major is communications, TV, radio, and film. So I saw the opportunity, hey, the Bronx is a radio station, might as well get involved. So when I was done my orientation, I made sure to come here, get more information, and just get involved.
Tiffany's story may sound incredible, but any student can come to 107.7 The Bronx and get just as involved. This has been Bobby Negowescu for The Rundown.
Last month, Ryder held its Welcome Back event for all returning students and families. Cranberry Fest usually has a great turnout, and this year was no different from that. Field reporter Esmeralda Lima has the story.
Every year, students gather around the campus mall to enjoy the annual event, Cranberry Fest. This festival includes countless activities such as the beanbag toss, free food, live music, and a beer garden. This year, Ryder added more to the fun by making it possible for students to zip line on campus, ride a mechanical bull, indulge in pliables, and compete in bouncy houses, with the most popular event being
the bull riding was funny to watch. I also like the mechanical bull that they had. That was a lot of fun.
There was like the bull riding.
The mechanical bull even tempted our favorite Bronx AJ to get on. Aside from the bull, most students can agree that pliables were a great addition as well as food trucks.
Food is awesome. They had a bunch of food trucks here. They had a pliable.
The pliables truck is here this year and the food truck.
Although Cranberry Fest itself is a lively event, students believe having the company of their friends are what help make it as great as it is.
With my friends and then throwing people off, awesome.
I know that if I wasn't with my friends and with those group of people, I wouldn't have done it on my own. So I guess it was really fun trying things I wouldn't have naturally done.
Bull riding and free pliables, and my friends.
Cranberry Fest is a great way to welcome students back to campus and is highly appreciated by all students.
Ryder does a great job handling Cranberry Fest and brings the whole community together. Love it.
To find out more about upcoming Ryder events, make sure to visit ryder.edu/events. Every year, the fraternity Sigma Phi Epsilon held a competition called Queen of Hearts to raise money for their philanthropy Big Brother, Big Sisters. Let's take a look back to see how this year's competition went.
SIGEP is one of the larger fraternities on campus, and philanthropy is very important to them. Queen of Hearts is one of the events that brings in a lot of support and awareness for their philanthropy.
So, Queen of Hearts is a philanthropy event for Sigma Phi Epsilon and J Zeta chapter. This is an event to raise money for our philanthropy Big Brothers Big Sisters, which is our philanthropy. We choose 4 sisters from 4 different sororities of the Ryder Greek life, which is Delta Phi Epsilon, Zeta Tau Alpha, AZD, and Phi Sigma Sigma. The whole point of this event is to raise money for our philanthropy Big Brothers Big Sisters, is to have a competition between 4 beautiful young ladies in each sorority and to gather as much money as we can get for our philanthropy and have a nice friendly competition for this competition for being crowned Queen of Hearts.
The competition consisted of 4 parts: a scavenger hunt, trivia questions, open-ended questions, and fundraising. Each contestant had the chance to show the judges why they should be crowned SIGEP's Queen of Hearts.
So a big part about this event is to see how much which sister from their designated sorority raises the most money. So far we have over $500 for this event itself, and a huge part of this event is to see which sister represents Sigma Phi Epsilon and a leader, scholar, athlete, gentleman. We'll have events throughout the event that exemplifies those things about us.
I had a chance to talk with contestant Amanda Meyer about why it was so important for her to participate in this philanthropy event.
To show them what our relationship means, so I wanted to represent my house, but also to support them. And also they were raising money for their philanthropy, Big Brothers Big Sisters, and that's a really good cause. And since I feel strongly about raising money for children, it was easy for me to do it, and my whole family donated, and all my sorority sisters donated. So it was kind of just like a nice thing to do. So that's why I thought it was important to participate.
We have raised over $1,600. Wow! To all my judges, and taking down all the points into consideration, the Queen of Hearts is Amanda Meyer!
Congrats to Delta Phi Epsilon for winning Queen of Hearts and to the Brothers of Sigma Phi Epsilon for raising $1,600. That's all for this edition of the Entertainment Beat. Now let's throw it over to Eric Weinstein for sports.
Thanks, Janet. A key component in any collegiate track and field team are the throwers, and Rider University's team is no different. Field reporter Kyle Poach had a chance to catch up with Anthony Sanfilippo, the coach of this event group.
The throwers of Rider University's track and field team have had many successes over the past year. From having conference champions to school records being broken, one person is considered a vital factor in all of it: the coach. Anthony Sanfilippo has had a long and successful career coaching the throws at the youth, high school, collegiate, and master's levels, resulting in over 90 All-Americans and 8 international meet medalists. But how exactly did Anthony get his start in track and field?
When I was an 8th grader, my brother's track team at the high school was really good. They won conference championship for the first time in school's history, and I went to a lot of meets and I loved it. So being as I was a quarterback, I thought I'd make a good javelin thrower. As it turns out, that was my worst event, but I had a great time with my high school experience, through for 4 years and on to Monmouth for college, and through there for a couple of years before getting hurt, and that's kind of what led me to coaching.
Knowing how Anthony started coaching, how exactly did he come to Rider?
So I coached high school for 10 years, had a club team that was pretty successful, and I took my first college job at the college in New Jersey. Was successful there for a couple of years, and I left there to focus mostly on my club and professional athletes. And an opportunity opened up here at Rider. I had a great meeting with Coach Hamer and Coach Harvey, and as it turned out, this was the right fit for me.
Anthony then went on to talk about what he wants for his athletes both on and off the track, and also what he wishes for himself.
From an athletic standpoint, I want kids to win conference titles, break school records, go to regionals, go to nationals, all the things that make coaching from an athletic standpoint worthwhile. I want them to grow up, I want them to enjoy themselves and have successful futures, whether they be athletically or in their job and career. So for me, building successful people. Personally, I like to stay here for a very long time and continue to build tradition that we've started here, a tradition of great throwers that we can keep building forward and win multiple titles and have kids who eventually, make their way to becoming All-Americans.
To see how Coach Sanfilippo's athletes do during the season, make sure to follow the Rider University track and field team Twitter account at RiderXCTF and check out www.gobronx.com. After last year's great season, will the Bronx be able to defend their regular season championship? With the entire team returning along with a few new pieces, they will be the team to beat in the MAC. Field reporters Demencio Vaughn and Frederick Scott had a chance to talk to some of the players.
I chose Rider because it was the best decision for me. School-wise, it's the best size. I don't like schools that have a big size, like a 22-to-1. I like schools that have like a 22-to-1 ratio, student-to-teacher ratio, and the campus size is sufficient enough for me to get a great education. And the location is perfect too. It's not in the hood, it's not in the city that's always busy. It's in a place I can actually get a good education. My goals for this year is to help the team get past where they were last year and do my part in winning the MAC championship. On and off the court for the next 4 years, I want to be able to accomplish a couple or multiple championships on the court. And off the court, I want to get a great education. And at the end of my 4 year, I want to be able to have my bachelor's degree and start my master's degree. High energy, defense, with time going on and getting better at the game of basketball, I can establish myself to become one of the best players and help this school get to where it wants to be. After college, I want to get my master's degree for one and play professional basketball overseas or in the NBA. But if that doesn't work out for me, I want to involve myself in doing business or working for a company or something. I've been here 4 years and I've adjusted to the American culture a little bit, and it's very good because my country, the technology and every other stuff is a little behind time, but I'm used to and exposed to a lot of technology advancement, and that's one of the best things about here, and I can actually have a good education using that too, so it's been great.
Today, I'm here with Devon Eke to talk about his goals and the team's expectations for this upcoming year.
How do you feel about this upcoming season?
I feel great. We have some new faces, some people that sat out last year, and first day in the summertime, everyone came back ready to go, loud, energetic, and just ready to play this year, man. We had a winning year last year, and we plan to do even better this year.
Being picked preseason #1, do you feel the pressure on your team?
There's always pressure just because we won last year and we're preseason this year, but myself don't feel no type of pressure, and I'm pretty sure you can ask anybody else in this locker room, don't feel no type of pressure. But, at the end of the day, we still have to stay humble, still have to work hard and do what we got to do to win.
Returning players, freshmen, transfers. How do you guys put all this together to make it to the big dance?
Just like what we did last year, we're just adding more pieces. A lot of people would think like, oh, they probably don't know what to do, they have too much people, it can be a downfall year, but being humble and just seeing everybody work every day, I think it'll be perfectly fine.
The Bronx season opener will be held on November 11th against the UCF Knights, and we are all looking forward to another great season. Well, that brings us to the end of this week's edition of The Rundown. Thanks for watching. I'm Eric Weinstein. Have a great week.